So I think today I'm going through some type of grieving process because Spirit told me that this is going to be the last year I'll be doing these types of videos. So I looked at the calendar and we have 149 days left in 2023. There is 134 days before I turn 45. So I suppose maybe it is the reason why, because 45 is the number 9 and it's a number of endings, right? It's also my life path number. So I just wanted to put it out there that on the 31st of December, it will be my last upload so that you know. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at the messages that the Divine wants you to receive in this timeless reading. As usual, it is always important to take what is resonating with you, leaving behind what is not resonating with you. I've made a story that if you want to listen to it, I'm going to put it in the timestamp so you can just jump to the timestamp and listen to the story that I shared. Because the reading for today was Just Decide, and I shared my own personal story that was connected to that message. So that message was just decide and it will be, and it is that simple. We spent so many times in crappy situations. We spent so many times just trying to fight and negotiate with life. But truly, when you just make that decision, it almost is like the universe changes and matches your vibration. Okay, so let's have a look to see what is going on here. The first card that you're receiving, you are receiving the message about spirits, mentors, and teachers. Okay, I was saying as well in the segment of the story, Capricorn, that after the 31st of December, I will not be uploading any more tarot readings. I don't know what exactly is going to be happening, but Spirit was like, after that date, something new will come up. So I don't know exactly how that's going to look like, but I wanted to put you on notice so that you know. Okay, so our card, the first card that is coming up with you, the Divine is wanting to step up and say to you that you have some talents, you have some gifts. Okay, it is important for you to start finding your spiritual mentors, your teachers, who can help you to learn, to grow, to shift, and to become who you need to become, to step into your power. I feel that even this message that is here, as I'm telling you that after the 31st of December, there'll be no more videos like tarot readings. And like I said, I don't know exactly how that's going to be looking like on this channel, if I'm going to be uploading or whatever is going to be happening. But one thing I'm going to be doing for certain next year is to be doing my High Priestess, is to be getting initiated and finishing all the training that I need to do. So it's actually interesting as a Capricorn myself that this reading has come up. So as I have my spiritual mentors and my teachers, equally for you, the Divine is saying to you that find the people who can fine tune you. Find the people who can help you see greatness within yourself. Because there is a calling, there is a feeling that is here that is asking you to step up. Not only that, you have our card that is talking about thought vibrations. And I always speak about vibration. I always speak about this, I think, in every single reading. So the Divine is saying to you, make choices that resonate with you. And remember at the beginning of this reading what I said to you, just decide. And there's a certain frequency, there's a certain vibration when you make that choice, when you just decide. So the Divine is coming up with the same type of message to say, hey, it is time for you to make a choice. And it is time for you to lift up your resonance and your vibration to meet what you are feeling, what you are thinking, so that you are a vibrational match to whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest and to bring into the world. So it is interesting that not only are you receiving this card that is here, that is the number 5, our mentors and teachers card is also a number 5. So there's something here that is connected to the energies of the number 5. So in the comment section below, comment 55 and understand that the Divine is wanting to bring a new beginning into your experience. Why is this? Because when we take the number 5 and the number 5, this is the number 10, and we bring it down to one number, you come to the number 1, indicating that there are some new beginnings. And of course, when you're on a new beginning, when you're on a new path, it is always good to have a guide. It is always good to have a mentor, a teacher who can help and assist you. And not only that, your spirit guides are also here. So can you see how we're talking about guides? Can we see how we're talking about teachers? And can we see why the divine is saying that there is a learning that you too are going to be going towards? So it is important for yourself to ask yourself, where can this learning come in? For some of you, the divine is saying that this is going to be connected to some karmic lessons that you need to end so that you can be in the present moment. Because in the present moment, your guides and your ancestors are going to be here assisting you, helping you, teaching you, mentoring you, and guiding you along the way. I absolutely love how these energies are in synchronicity, how they are talking about the same thing. I really love this about you. So there is something connected to your past life guides who are wanting to come in. And there's something connected to your talent. And your talent guides coupled in with your past guides are going to be coming in and helping you put an end to some karmic lessons, helping you grow, helping you fine-tune your thought vibrations so that you can be a signal, that you can be a match. There's a signature match that is here that is going to be seeing you becoming something that you've never been before. I know that Capricorn, this sounds maybe complicated, but honestly, it is not. Your guides and your ancestors are here saying to you that if this sounds complicated, this new beginning that is here, then it is important for you to ask for the help, to ask for the assistance that they are here to offer you. Look at the love, look at the joy, look at the heartfelt message that is here. So the divine is saying to you that there's a gentleness that is going to be working with you. There's a gentleness that is going to be guiding you. And it is important for you to close your eyes and connect with these talent guides and these past life guides that are wanting to come and work with you, because it is time for you to end some karmic lessons, okay? Wheel of Fortune. Interesting that the Wheel of Fortune is the same type of energy that is here, indicating an ending to one cycle and a new beginning to another cycle. So the Wheel of Fortune is about the winds of change. Isn't that what we have been talking about? I've been telling you that the winds of change are starting to blow in my own life, but equally for you, there are some winds of change that are starting to blow too. And this is connected to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, coincidentally, is a number 10. And I told you that these two cards here are coming down to the energies of the number 10. So there you go. Again, another synchronicity that is happening, another synchronicity that your guides are wanting you to understand. And ask yourself, what is this message all about? Our Wheel of Fortune card, this is like your ancestors that are here beating the drum so that you can hear, so that you can listen. It's interesting that they're holding a drum. In Africa, the drums are considered to be sacred instruments, but at the same time, your talent guides are also having musical type of instruments that are here. So they just could be something that is connected to music. But more than that, when we think about music, what is music? It is a frequency. It resonates, right? So the divine is saying to you, start listening to these readings and understanding them on a deeper level. You have the energies of the number 5 and the energies of the number 5 that are here. The energies of the number 5 come to destroy, come to bring an end to situations. So some of you maybe feel comfortable with everything that you've built, the stability that you currently have, that you've created with the energies of the number 4. And then what happens? The number 5 comes along and it brings destruction. It destroys. Why is that? So that you can rebuild. And when you rebuild with your guides, with your spiritual teachers, with your Guardian angels that are here, you're going to be building something that is going to be solid, something that is going to see you truly on a new path that you are going to be feeling thankful. It's interesting that you have your talent guides, your past life guides, and when we consider the energies of the Wheel of Fortune, what is the Wheel of Fortune? Lady Luck is walking with you. Lady Luck is guiding you on a journey. And as Lady Luck is guiding you on a journey, it is important for you to start really tuning in, because I feel that just as I am being guided on a new path, equally for you, you are going to be guided on a new path too. So it is important for you to tune in. It is important for you to understand, and it is important for you to make that connection and to invite your guides and your ancestors to guide you along the way, because certainly they are wanting to guide you. You can see here, they are either singing, they're like over here, let's go in a new direction. When I'm looking at the energies of the Wheel of Fortune, what I'm seeing is, like for some of you, perhaps you are feeling stuck in a current situation. For some of you, maybe you feel like caught in a spider web through responsibilities, through maybe fear, self-doubt, self-sabotaging behaviors, procrastination. You are just feeling like you are caught in a cobweb at the moment, and you don't know how to free yourself from this cobweb that is there. So don't worry about that, because again, your guides are coming in to assist you, to help you put an ending to the karmic cycle that is here. As I'm looking at the cards, I can see that this is a number 7 and this is a number 7 that is here. So I really love how everything is connecting together. We have our 2 number 5s and then we have our 2 number 7s that are here. So it's literally to me that your past life guides are here, okay, wanting to fine tune you, okay, so that your own personal signature and your own signal, like how you speak, how you present yourself, how you do things, there is a fine tuning that is here, where I feel that your guides and your ancestors are wanting to fine tune you so that you can make better choices. And through you making better choices, you are going to be able to step up and start assisting other people. You are going to be the teacher, you are going to be the guide, you are going to be the mentor, and you are going to be stepping up to help other people put an end to karmic cycles. Because the spider web, to me, is almost representing those karmic cycles, those karmic patterns that are just there. And these are keeping you stuck. And now it is time for you to realize that it is an opportunity for you to finally be free, okay? This was yesterday's card. So perhaps if you didn't watch yesterday's reading, go and have a look at yesterday's reading, because it was equally powerful, okay? I feel that there's a connection there. When the cards are similar to past readings, I feel like there's a continuation of a story. The energies of the Ace of Wands is again indicating a new beginning. We've already spoken about the new beginnings that are on the cards for you. And the divine is saying that you're going to feel this fire, this passion, this drive that is here as you are starting to step up. I like that you're holding that, that paintbrush that is here. And we have our paints that are here in our first card. And so the divine is saying, you are literally right now being asked to hold the pen, to hold the paintbrush, and to start painting the life that you want to unfold. As you're tuning in, as you're fine-tuning your own vibrational signature, it is important for you to understand that your guides and your ancestors are wanting you to show up powerful, passionately, so that your fire, your passion, your light can inspire others to also step into their passion, their fire, their light. Okay, so we're 27 minutes now. And what I'm going to do, Capricorn, is I am going to let you go. Please do listen to this reading again and again, because the message that is here is powerful. And like I said, we have, including today, 149 days together. So I am really, as I have been doing, showing up as powerful as I can so that you can make the changes that you need to make. because we are on a journey that is really, really important. And it's important for you to start going on your own journey. Your guides, your ancestors are here showing up, wanting to help you, wanting to lift up your thought vibration so that you can start manifesting this new beginning that is here. This number 10, which I told you is the number 1. The aces are a new beginning. They're like a number 1. And so the divine is saying that there's a new beginning that is here. You are literally being given the paintbrush to your life. You're literally being given the pencil, the pen to your life, and being reminded that you are the architect. So what are you going to be drawing? What are you going to be scripting? How is 2024 going to be looking for you 10 years from now? How is that all going to be looking for you? So Capricorn, I'd say to you to carry on watching this reading and see the story that I shared when the message that I was channeling was just decide. I feel that there is a reason why that message was there. Because when we're talking about thought vibrations, just that act of just deciding is going to be shifting something profoundly within you. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe because there's no purpose in asking you to subscribe. But of course, give this video a thumbs up if you feel that you found value in this reading. I'm going to see you very soon, and it is a goodbye from me. Okay, so let's jump into the reading. Capricorn, the message that I was receiving for you today when I was doing my meditations before I started recording these videos, the message for you was to tell you to just decide. Just decide that you are going to have whatever it is that you're praying for. Just decide. It is literally as simple as just decide. And you know, with me, I always try to give you some backstory to how I can relate to the message so that you have a story to make maybe things easier to digest and to see maybe why this message is coming up for you. So just decide for me. I was married for about 10 years. In my first marriage, I think I got married when I was 18 or 19. And yeah, I was married to a narcissist. I went through hell and back in that relationship. I suppose he was the type of person that maybe I thought I could heal, I could change, I don't know. But needless to say, that relationship left me broken. It left me feeling empty, drained, because the amount of shame that I experienced, literally it was like this person would do so many things that were just unbelievable. And the next thing that came up was even worse than the last thing. I think the final thing that happened in that marriage, we bought our dream home. And we're having a party at the house. We invited all the staff that we employed. And the night was, progressing as it does. My family had come to visit from out of town. So, of course, they were staying with us. And so I was putting my niece, I was showing her room. Okay, this is your room. We're just having a chat because we hadn't really seen each other for like years because she lived far away from me. So as I'm having a conversation with her, I'm sort of like standing up and I could see that the security light in the garden kept going on and off. It was about 2 in the morning, but it was like late in the hours of the day. So I said to her, good night, because I need to go outside and switch off the security light because, it doesn't need to keep on going on and off. So I went downstairs to go and switch off the security light in the garden. The switch to the security light to completely switch it off was in the back of the house. So I proceed to go to the back of the house and I can hear noises that indicate that something of an adult nature is going on. And I was like, who is in the swimming pool getting it on, basically? Of course, I have to be mindful of the words I'm using because this is YouTube. So as I go outside, the security light comes on and it is my husband and one of the staff that we employed. And it was just, of course, Like, how can you humiliate me? We've just bought this house. We're having a housewarming party. All of those emotions are coming up. And of course, there is now commotion, and everyone who was in the house now comes outside, and it was just humiliating. So anyway, we everyone who needed to leave left that night. The people who couldn't leave because they had maybe drunk too much or lived too far, whatever reason, they stayed. And so in the morning, of course, everyone was gone by the time we woke up. And yeah, after that, of course, my husband then tried to explain himself what had happened. He had drunk too much. He doesn't remember. And then the last thing he said to me, which made me decide that, wow, he said to me, it wasn't my fault because you left me. And I thought, what do you mean I left you? It's like you left me to go and put your niece to bed, whatever it is that you were doing. And so because you were not there, I couldn't help myself. And I think I was sort of like, I was so confused by that statement, right? Anyway, because we need to keep the video moving. Anyway, after that, he apologized, he bought the flowers, he did everything. You know, we just bought a house together. I'm sorry, please forgive me, it will never happen again. Even though this was like the millionth time it had happened, you know. And we patched things up for a couple of months. And then I think just one day, one night, I just woke up and I decided, that's it. Literally just like that. And I feel that the reason maybe I had stayed in that marriage is because we had a successful business at the time together that we had built up over a long period of time. Our finances, our life over the 10 years we were together was like intertwined. And when you're getting divorced or getting separated, it's just a lot of energy that goes into that. And of course, it's like, we've been together for so long. I have really worked for this relationship and all of that. You have all these excuses of why you should stay longer. You have all these reasons of why maybe you should try one more time. And that day when I woke up, I just literally woke up and I went to my husband and said to him, you can keep the money in the bank. We had over £100,000 in our bank account. I said, you can keep the money in the bank. You can keep the home. You can keep all our cars, motorbikes, everything that we owned. I'm literally walking out of here with my clothes. And that's it. One condition is when the divorce papers come, you sign the divorce papers. I don't want you to fight. I don't want you to, none of that. You get to keep everything, so there's nothing to fight for anyway. And for him, it was like a win-win situation. You get left with all this stuff. And of course, why not? So I left. And then the next day, I came to collect the rest of my stuff because I had a sports car and there's only so much stuff that I could take at the time. So I came back to collect the rest of my stuff. And I think that finally he realized that I was actually truly serious. And as he's realizing that I was really, really serious and I was really leaving, he of course starts to cry like a baby. He was hyperventilating to a point where I thought I had to call the ambulance because he couldn't breathe. Anyway, you know what? At that point, I thought, no, I'm not going to call an ambulance. I'm going. So I said, okay, as you're crying and all this drama that's going on, I'm going to leave the keys to the house on the table. So I'm not going to be coming back. And I left the keys on the table and left. And of course, he didn't die. So for me, that was the point of just decide. And as the next day came on, I remember writing I remember actually listening to The Secret the very first time and writing a list of all the qualities that I wanted in a partner and writing how it looked like, everything. Then he wouldn't cheat on me, he would treat me like a queen, all these things. But at the same time, I was like, I never want to be married again. I never want to be in a relationship again. I'm going to go and travel the world and I'm going to just be, free. Fast forward, boom, suddenly I met my current husband now, and he was everything and more that I would ever wanted. But at that point, I was like, I don't want anything. And so remember yesterday's reading when I was saying to you that why are you chasing the bag? The bag should be chasing you. And the same as like when I went into the new relationship, my current husband now, we've been married for 13 years and we've never had one day of drama. There's been nothing. He wants to be married. He wants to be the perfect father. He just wants to be. And I don't have to chase. I don't have to fight. I don't have to show. Nothing. He just wants to be in this relationship and show up how a partner should show up. So I remember when I wrote that list, I wrote it like literally from my heart, like wrote everything down, but I wasn't expecting it to happen so quick. Like it happened so fast that I was not even ready for it when it happened, because I was just like, you know what? I've just finished with one relationship. I never want to get married again. I just laid it down straight. And my husband, now we started not dating. We started being together. We had no title. We were just like enjoying each other's company, because I was like, I'm not going into a relationship. And he was like, hey, you know, I am Indian. And as Indian people, technically, most of the times, not only do we not marry out of our own culture, we certainly do not, or at least we really would not be appreciated dating Black people. As painful as it was, we were just honest like that. So it was like, we couldn't get married anyway because my family would never accept you. So it is what it is. You don't want to get married. You don't want to be a girlfriend. You don't want to be nothing. Let's just see what happens. So we started enjoying each other's company. And of course, we fell in love because there was no need to impress anyone. There was no need to be calling anyone and saying, where are you? There was none of that. It was just like we wanted to be together when we could be together and enjoyed our time. And that was it. And of course, when it was time to tell his family about our relationship and all that, he got disowned. His mom didn't come to the wedding and all of that. It was a whole big drama. But nonetheless, he chose to be with me and turn his back on his family. Not that I needed him to prove anything to me, but what I'm saying is that is the amount of commitment and love and the amount of I really want to be with you. If it means I have to fight the world, I'll fight the world. If it means I have to leave my family, I have to leave my family. I'm a man, I can stand on my own 2 feet. And fast forward to today, his family think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. We have kids now and everything is good. So it really sort of like hit home to me what the divine was saying. Just decide. When I decided enough was enough, I was able to live a narcissistic relationship that for many years I never thought I could live. When I decided this is the type of person that I want and I will not absolutely under no circumstances settle for anything less, because I know exactly what I don't want because of what I have just experienced in the last 10 years of the previous marriage. So I would not absolutely negotiate on the qualities that the person had, the integrity, the loyalty that they brought to the table. And if at any point we were starting to date and we were serious, if any red flags came up, I was ready to bounce. Because I was absolutely at that point where I would never betray myself again. So from that story, take from it what you want to take from it, and the rest, leave behind.